What's up, risk managers? My name is Nasdaq Anonymous, and I'm addicted to the NQ. And boy, is she one hell of a drug. And welcome to tonight's NA meeting, where we'll discuss the economic data for the week, analyze today's session, and from that, build a winning game plan for tomorrow's price action. And if you haven't done so already, you can show your support by subscribing to the channel. And with that said, let's jump into the charts now. This is tomorrow's data. And be mindful that all times are in Central Time. And we have a small block of news scheduled for tomorrow, so let's jump into it. At 8 o'clock, we have Ed Bowman speaking. At 9 o'clock, we have some housing news for the month of September. And finally, at 7, we have the IMF meeting. And now that we know what to expect, let's jump into the charts and create a game plan for tomorrow's price action. This is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream. And today was definitely a range day. And as I analyze the charts, I see about 3 clues that's going to be essential for helping us find the best trades going into tomorrow's stream. So let's jump into it. During the overnight session, the Nasdaq opened slightly bearish and traded 183 points to the downside into a previous area of support. However, once the bears failed to rotate price lower, the bulls stepped in and price rallied 242 points to the upside and seeing a slight sell-off going into the close of the session. And based on this price action, this is what I'm going to be looking for. So today was just another exciting day for those addicted to the thrills of the NQ. And as we spoke about in last night's NA meeting, price has been trading back and forth between major support and major resistance, resulting in this big, giant trading range. But it does appear that the bulls have managed to stay in control of this market. So if the bulls can maintain their control overnight, then I'll be watching the reaction when price trades within a range between 590 and 620. Because this is the range where we saw the bears break structure to the downside, and the bears have been holding price off at this range at least 2 times. But if the bears fail to hold this area and price continues to trade higher, then I'll be watching the reaction when price retests the level at 645. However, if the bears can regain control overnight and price begins to trade lower, then I'll be watching the reaction when price retests the level at 485, because this is the level that has been acting as both support and resistance. And if the bulls fail to hold this level and price continues to trade lower, then this would signal more selling pressure from the bears, and we could possibly see a retest of a range between 460 and 440. But ultimately, for the bulls' sake, we really don't want to see price trade underneath the range between 380 and 360, because this range has been acting as major support. And if we see a break below this range, the bears come in and use this area as resistance, we can definitely expect some major downside. But the price action overnight will definitely be essential for our bias going into tomorrow's stream. Now, if you're enjoying the content and appreciate the value that me and my trading partner provides to the trading community, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the release of our next NA meeting and live streams. And with that said, let's jump into an ES chart. This is an ES chart, and this is the block of price action that we traded during today's stream. And during the overnight session, the E-mini S&P opened slightly bearish and traded 39 points to the downside into a previous area of support. However, once the bears failed to rotate price lower, the bulls stepped in and price rallied 43 points to the upside and seeing a slight sell-off going into the close of the session. And based on this price action, this is what I'm going to be looking for. So just like the NQ, price traded to the downside back into a previous area of major support. And when the bears failed to rotate price lower, we saw the bulls step up and began making their rotation higher, then seeing a slight sell-off going into the close of the session. But it does appear that the bulls did find support. So if the bulls can maintain their control overnight, then I'll be watching the reaction when price trades within a range between 900 and 905, because this is the range where bears sold price to the downside going into the close, and I do expect for passive sell orders to be resting in this area to sell the retest. But if the bears fail to hold this area and price continues to trade higher, then I'll be watching the reaction when price trades within a range between 910 and 915. However, if the bears can regain control overnight and price begins to trade lower, then I'll be watching the reaction when price trades back within our range between 880 and 875. Because this is the range where the bulls found support and broke structure to the upside, and I do expect for passive buy orders to be resting in this area to buy the retest. But if the bulls fail to hold this area and price continues to trade lower, then I'll be watching the reaction when price trades within the range between 670 and 665. And as we spoke about in last night's NA meeting, price is still trading back and forth within this big range, and depending on which side of the market breaks out first will dictate the momentum of this market, possibly for the rest of this week. So we should expect a massive move when we do finally see that breakup or that breakout through support and resistance. But I'll be monitoring both markets overnight to identify the best trades as we go into tomorrow's stream. And in summary, both markets started off the session bearish and retested a key area of major support. Both markets had a massive rally after the bears failed to trade through this major support. And finally, both markets have traded back and forth into a previous area of resistance. And if the bears can reject price from this level, we can possibly see another retest of major support. And that's all I have for tonight, risk managers. And you can watch us trade these concepts live by clicking this video. We'll see you there.